welcome to Getting to Good Enough. I'm Shannon Wilkinson.
And I'm Janine Adams. We're here for practical and fun conversations about living with more ease and way less stress.
Yep, we're all about embracing progress over perfection. So grab a tasty beverage and let's get started. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Shannon. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I got to make you laugh a little bit before we started recording. That's always a plus.
Yeah. It's always good to, start the recording laughing.
Yeah. At least we enjoy it.
Yeah. At some point, I think we might have to do like a compilation of all of the laughing uncontrollably outtakes that we have.
It would make us laugh. Whether or not we shared it, it would be worthwhile just to have it.
Right. Well, I would like to report back in our last episode, you had reminded us that you were doing the 3 things in the morning and that you were writing it down the night before. And I mean, you started doing that back when we recorded the morning routines, which
so in
was
September.
In September. And so that's really been paying dividends for you, like being able to do that every day.
Yep. Creating the habit for me was the hardest part, but it is so valuable that I actually remember to do it.
Did it take a while though to create that habit?
Not as long as some of the things habits I try to create, but it did take a little while. Yeah. But now I don't do it on the weekends. I give myself a little break on the weekends. And I'm anxious to get back to it for Monday morning. So yeah, it's nice.
Well, that's always a good feeling and a good, indicator that it's super useful.
Yeah, it is just that little bit of effort the night before. And I mean little. I mean, I'm talking less than 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm probably exaggerating, but I feel like it saves me an hour in the morning of like diddling around, figuring out what I need to do.
Right. Yeah. Because it's just right there in front of you.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Well, as I mentioned in our last episode that I was going to try that. And of course I keep forgetting. But you so kindly are being my accountability buddy.
Accountability buddy. I love it. I've never heard that before. Did you make that up?
Well, that's not what I meant to say, but I like it.
Got a trademark on that.
Yeah. Accountability buddy. And so that is helping me remember. But I feel like the discomfort isn't so much like I don't want to do it. It's just that I'm not remembering. But putting that effort in does make the mornings go so much faster. I mean, today was like there were 3 things that I needed to do before we started recording, and I knew exactly what they were and was able to like get right to it and not mess around doing other stuff.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's so great. My little rule is I try to do them before I take lunch. And it depends when I take lunch is variable. And like today, I had an appointment at 9:30, so I had to do it before 9:30 because I had no time. I went right to lunch after that. But
I was quite surprised how early you texted to let me know that you had done them.
Yeah, that's because I was picked up at 9:30. So and one of the things that was on the list was important to the podcast. So I also wanted you to know it got done.
Right.
But also the other 2 things that were on the list, very quick and easy to do, so that I knew I could get it all done before I had to leave the house. So I'm trying hard to set myself up for success.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I feel like there's so many benefits to just that practice, which is, maybe worth going into, but that the idea of being willing to be a little uncomfortable to make things easier for future you is so valuable.
Yep. A little uncomfortable, maybe a little, just even the effort, especially for things that you're doing the night before.
Mhm.
But boy, I mean, that night before stuff, I don't do any of it. But I remember when I was in college, I lived with Mount Holyoke. I went to Mount Holyoke College, and I lived with an alumni in Washington, D.C. in the summer when I was an intern. And they set the breakfast table. They cleared the dinner dishes, and then
Mhm.
they set the breakfast table. I was like, what? And they in the morning, then breakfast was super easy for them.
Right.
And I always wanted to be the person who did that. I've never been that person, but I feel like that kind of thing. I mean, we're talking about other things too, but that night before for the next morning effort is so helpful, even when you're
Yeah.
tired and you don't feel like doing
Mhm.
it because it's the end of the day.
But what you do and taught me to do and has, rippled out to so many of your clients, so many of my clients, so many of our listeners. I've heard from listeners who say that they do this is running the dishwasher every night and
Yeah.
then unloading it every morning. And like each step of that really sets up you in the future, to have a much better day. Like if you start the day with an empty dishwasher, then, if you're at home and you're having breakfast, lunch, you can put your dishes straight in the dishwasher. Dinner, you can put your dishes straight, and then you can have the kitchen clean at the end of the night
Yeah.
before you go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. There's just those pesky pots and pans that have to be washed by somebody other than me. But that's because my good enough isn't good enough around here.
Right.
But yeah, that dishwasher thing, honestly, it's crazy how much I talk about it. But I can't not empty the dishwasher. Like if I'm at your house, I empty the dishwasher if I get up
Yeah.
before you do. It's just something that I need to do in the morning.
Right.
It feels good. It's like really a
Yeah.
quick, easy accomplishment. And you're right. The rest of the day is easier as a result.
It feels like one of those sort of cornerstone habits where you can build other stuff off of it really easily once it's solidified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
Like
true. I was just thinking
making
about how
your
they're
bed, although I think you're not a bed maker.
right because there's somebody in it when I get out of
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, and it's dark. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't go back and make it unless people are coming in who I think might want to see our bedroom. It's just that sometimes we're showing the apartment to people,
Right.
other residents. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, like making the bed, or for me, the thing that I link with everything is coffee. So my
Right.
morning cup of coffee always happens, and so that's when I do my YNAB and so forth.
Mhm.
But
That's why I've
yeah,
always wanted to be a coffee drinker.
it's hard to imagine that even though you wanted it, you've never been able to succeed in that.
I know. Well, I do often have a morning, or not a morning, but an afternoon decaf latte. I mean, part of it is I don't enjoy drinking caffeine. I
Right.
don't enjoy caffeine. Caffeine doesn't enjoy me. I don't know. But uh yeah, I mean, I've gone through periods of having a consistent morning beverage of a different type, but it's not part of my routine. So there's nothing that's really anchored in the morning like that.
Right. It makes you a really easy house guest. I mean,
Yeah.
to host because I don't have to worry about your morning beverage. But also, you have that fancy coffee machine. It seems a shame that you're not getting.
No, I use that for my afternoon lattes.
Oh, okay.
I
Right.
just don't have a morning beverage
Right.
that, sort of anchors the morning
Yeah.
to move forward from. Which also, like, if you're a daily coffee drinker, you get a reminder if you don't have your coffee. Like, you're going to get a headache. You're going to
Right.
know you haven't had your coffee.
Oh,
So,
yeah. That's right. And I mean, the only time I don't have, I empty the dishwasher and make coffee, but a couple times in recent weeks, Bix has acted like he wanted to go out immediately, which meant I had to go outside before I either had neither emptied the dishwasher nor had coffee. But you can bet I did it the minute we got back in because everything felt wrong about that. I didn't get dressed before I took him out, somewhat anyway. So it's not like I was walking out in pajamas, but yeah. But you're thinking about like feeling a little uncomfortable benefiting you down the road. I'm trying to think of examples of my life, and one that just popped to my head is like my bookkeeping, like entering my QuickBooks
That's
regularly.
exactly what I was
Were
thinking.
you? Can you remember what a burden and ordeal that was for me all the time? I
I
was always
do
behind,
remember.
and now I do it once a week. I do a YNAB every
Mhm.
day, and then once a week on the weekend I reconcile YNAB and QuickBooks. I use YNAB to enter my QuickBooks,
Mhm.
and it's just done. It takes no time. Oh, and the other thing, I used to get really annoyed when I did QuickBooks and I had to enter the payroll because they're fiddly. Like
Oh.
there's one entry that has 4 different tax related things that you have to split it out into. And
Uh-huh.
now I created the routine when I do payroll, I just automatically go to QuickBooks and enter the payroll. Do
Oh,
those things. It takes a minute. It really isn't a big deal.
right.
But when I had to think about doing it as part of my
Mhm.
weekly QuickBooks, it was and now it's done. And it makes the weekly QuickBooks easier, which makes everything easier. Like I said,
Yeah.
tax time easier for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I feel like doing stuff as it's happening is so much easier because you know what it is. Like there's
Yeah.
this huge, I don't know, I don't know if it's a mental and emotional thing, but like having to go back and figure something out feels like it takes exponentially more energy than doing it at the time. Like the example you're giving, or like when I'm doing the bookkeeping for our rentals or something, and if I just do it at the time and I know like, oh, this bill is for this thing and it gets divided up this way, or categorized or however, if I do it in the moment, it's great. But then it's like, trying to figure out, what are these 5 different Amazon purchases and how do I
Yeah.
categorize them, and what were they even for? What is this?
Yes. That's why I always recommend people who use YNAB, the budgeting software, to do it every day. And I have coaching clients who don't, and they're like, wait till they see me. And then we go through a bunch of like, and they can't remember. I'm like, I or reconciling in YNAB.
Yeah.
Um, Reconciling is so easy if you do it every day, and challenging if you wait months.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm always recommending especially those, maybe it's my age, but I can't remember those transactions if I waited even a week. I don't think it would be
Right.
more of a struggle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I from in a completely different realm, I made a big batch of my new favorite dinner, the red lentil and chicken recipe that I shared with you.
Which,
And
by the way, is not getting made in our house unless I make it.
oh,
I did check, but
yeah.
anyway, yes, go ahead.
Um uh and I made extra and went to the effort to freeze some so that in the future I would have delicious meals that I could just pull out of the freezer and defrost and have, with very little work.
Oh, yeah,
And
that is
like
so great.
nothing is easier than that.
Yeah, and on a cool, rainy day, having some nice soup at the ready. And we had soup from our freezer last night for dinner, thanks to you reminding me of
Mhm.
that. But it really is, it's the best. And especially, it's healthy and it's easy. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
It's not full of
Yeah.
sodium.
Right.
And yeah, that's an excellent example of little. I mean, it might be you may not feel like cooking a big batch, but boy, if you do,
Yeah. It was like extra work to do that. And well, I ended up not having quite enough ingredients to make a double batch. And so I did have to run to the store and
I thought you were going to say you had to do math, that you you didn't have enough for a double batch.
oh,
You had to do culinary math and do a one
no,
and
I
three
went to
quarter
the
batch.
store.
Wow.
um, and then like, portioning out, I use the super cubes
Uh-huh.
which are silicone freezer trays in 1 cup, 2 cup, different size configurations, and freezing in those and then putting them in the, there's a little work to doing
Yeah.
that, but it really is going to pay off in the future when I'm like,
How many
I want
portions?
a delicious.
Yeah, I mean, how many portions can you get out of a double batch?
Well, we ran out of super cubes. A single batch fed the two of us for 3 meals. It's supposed to be
Nice.
4 servings, but it's pretty hearty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a lot. Like, we're going to have leftovers. I'm already looking forward to having it for dinner tonight again.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, several meals worth in the freezer too.
That's great. It's an excellent example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often think about the expression, your future self will thank you. I do try to operate, think when I don't want to do something, what would your future self say? And then I do also sometimes try to remember when the future comes to thank my past self.
Yeah. But it does somehow, it does make it easier when you think about it in terms of doing a favor for future you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I'm sure there's like so many more things. I'm just like, my mind is sort of running through the house. It's like putting my clothes away at night, or, putting them in the laundry basket or putting them away or whatever, and not ending up with a pile that I then have to deal with.
Yeah. Putting stuff away, which historically for me was challenging for a long time. Now it's not, because the apartment's small and you got to put stuff away. But the dividend of putting stuff away is that you can find stuff. And it is so nice to be able to put your hands on what you need, even if it's stuff you're not using that often, because there's a reasonable expectation that it would be where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I love that in my current life, I'm not searching for things much at all, almost not at all. Whereas in our old house, where we had 2 floors that looked alike, I couldn't find anything.
Right.
Yeah.
No visual markers, too many spaces.
If it was in a bathroom closet, I was just out of luck, because it could have been either bathroom closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's another great example, putting stuff away, because finding what you need when you need it, which to me is like the definition of being organized, is the way for an easy life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the way to get there is to have less stuff, generally, usually. If you, that means you can store stuff.
Yeah. Less stuff, a place for everything.
And then put it away.
And then putting it away.
Yeah.
I know, it makes it easier. I mean, it's as simple as doing it with your car keys, always putting your car keys in the same place. And it's funny how something as simple as that can feel like extra effort, and till you do it enough, and then it's
till it becomes automatic.
And then you don't even think about it.
Yeah. And that was one of the benefits to moving for us last year, was we had to create a brand new place for everything. And it stuck. And that has been delightful.
Yeah. It's just interesting to think about it in all these different ways. Like, it can feel a little uncomfortable, but it's going to make things easier in the future. If you do it often enough, it becomes automatic and you don't even have to think about it. And, then you leave your brain open to contemplate other things that matter more.
Right. Yep.
Or
I think we found the secret to success here, or the secret to happiness. We've just outlined it all.
That's it. The end.
That's it. Yep. We're done here. Our work is done.
Well, perfect. We would love to hear from you, our listeners. What can you do now to have greater ease to do a favor for future you? You can let us know on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at Getting to Good Enough. You can email us at gettingtogoodenough@gmail.com. You can give us a call at 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. Until next time, this is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Thanks for joining us on Getting to Good Enough. We hope you heard something that makes your life just a little bit easier. If you did, leave us a review or share this with someone who's looking for their own version of good enough.
Thanks for listening. See you soon.
I almost forgot what to say there.
No, I saw you stumble.